To order. We do have a quorum with Dr. Harrell being absent. This time we will go through the agenda for the December 21st regular meeting. Dr. Randall?
Let me first begin with number 10, the public hearing on financial integrity rating system of Texas, which is referenced as School First. There will be a public hearing at the very beginning of the meeting to comply with the requirements.
All right.
The next item is consider ratification of financial and investment reports. The next item is ask the board to consider approval of budget amendment requests. Next item is consider approval of board policies, and we're looking at, this is the second reading of localized policy update 108, and then EFA Exhibit A and B, and FFA local. The next item is consider approval of nomination of candidate for position on the Texas Association of School Board Board of Directors. The next item is consider approval of a base cost increase for refurbished moving van semi-trailers. If you remember, the board approved allowing us to get a refurbished van for up to $35,000, but what we have found is that there's absolutely no way that we can do that. And so what we're asking the board to do is to allow the district to increase that number to whatever is we feel would be appropriate, as well as making any budget amendments to comply with those bids. So if you have any questions about any of this, we have the trailer expert here with us tonight.
I have a question. Do we have an idea of how many we need, or is?
We're actually, what we're trying to do is, we know that George Ranch, for example, has a donor, and Fulshire, Bond, and we're looking at the other campuses, all three of them, and then trying to get trailers so that every one of them have the same size trailer with the same type of equipment.
Do we have any idea what ballpark we're talking about?
Yes, ma'am. Trailer expert, you want to come up and talk about it a little bit?
That's kind of funny.
There's a range. It depends on what we can get out of our budget. It's going to come out of existing budget from this year's budget. I estimate between no more than 90,000 for one, not counting the tractor, which would come out of transportation funds.
And these are right at 23 feet. So right now what's happening to us is that
53 feet.
We had the trailers, but we've been renting equipment to be able to still, so we feel like that offsetting some of the rental costs is going to help to pay for the additional cost of the trailer.
Plus the availability of drivers is a big problem. But we think in the end run it's going to save us some money.
Is this going to take a special type of driver? I mean, CDL with like a bus driver would be. Okay, or is it gonna be
Mike loves talking about this because
Joe's going to get up here somehow.
Come on, Dave.
It does take a Class A driver, but the size of the trucks that we have already require Class A, so we've already got
We got
drivers
those
that
drivers.
are ready to go, when we have some others that are interested as well. We actually have purchased one truck already. Y'all approved that back think in the summer, and we have that truck ready. It's sitting waiting on a trailer now. We have some vehicle money in the transportation, just the annual budget. So as we get those trailers ordered, we can do the search again and buy the trucks as we need to. And we can also rent. We don't have to buy all the trucks at one time, but we can do a combination as we need to. But we do have some money in the transportation budget for that.
Because any given weekend, if you've got a competitions and different, they all could be needing a trailer.
And one of the biggest expenses to all of this is the hydraulic lift that handles the trailer.
The ramp.
The ramp. And one of the, you could get a trailer without the hydraulic, but it takes 6 or 8 people to lower that.
It's a significant safety issue.
That's the big issue for us, is that, and most of these are either band parents or high school kids that are trying to handle
That's like
those.
Yeah.
Do none of the schools have one? Because I could have sworn I saw like a wrapped already trailer that parks over in Fulshire.
We have 48-foot, they're basically car haulers. They're low. What we're talking about is basically a moving van, which is about 10 feet tall. You can put a deck in it. So you can put twice as much from top to bottom and even a little bit longer. We could load what we're putting on 3 trucks right now, plus these trailers. We could put it in one of these 18-wheeler trailers.
And who purchased, where'd the other ones come from? Because I know not all schools have them. Were they just like donations?
We bought them through local funds. We started implementing this around fall 2008, and we will probably still use them because our marching band programs keep growing, and we'll put props or other things in as needed.
And maintenance could use them if they needed to. That's why when we purchased them, they used a tractor for their use. We tried to do multi-use because of, rather than just have the tractor sitting there all week long, maintenance could use them if they needed to.
Okay, so and I just want to make sure that I understand this. So we're looking at possibly up to $85,000 per, and this is just the trailer. This is not the actual truck that's going to haul it.
Correct.
So we're looking at about close to $500,000.
When we implement all of these, it'll take us probably a couple of years to do that.
Oh, so we're not doing it all at once?
No. It's going to come out of the budget, so we're going to do it as we have the availability.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
a big difference, though, 35 to 85.
Thank you.
Thank you. But you have all these wonderful programs.
The next item is consider approval of final payment for the agriculture facility number 2. And this is the final payment of $30,001.95. The next item is consider approval of CenterPoint Energy blanket easement for Carter Elementary School. Next item is consider approval of CenterPoint Energy gas development fees for Carter Elementary School. The next item is consider approval of CenterPoint Energy blanket easement for the natatorium at Fulshire High School. The next item is consider approval of MUD number 184 agreement and fees for Carter Elementary School, and you have a revised sheet at your table. It is page 68, and number 10 is what actually is changing. The language in it, Kevin, if you want to make a comment about it?
Yes, sir. The MUD came back with a Section 10 that we had not seen before, so we shot it over to our attorney, and what they were wanting to do is after the first year, they were going to take that as our capacity for the sewer plant and then cap it, and then they would reuse that elsewhere. And we said, whoa, hold on, we're not going to be at capacity for a while. So that's what the change came from.
Okay.
And if we go over the 800 capacity, are they still capping that, or is that done away with altogether?
Well, most likely, everything that we've done on our sewer capacities, even for the schools that have gone way over, we've never gone over. So this protects us for a long time.
Good call, good catch.
Go ahead.
The capacity for that school is what?
750.
750.
Okay, so we got the extra 50
Yes, ma'am.
as a cushion?
Portable buildings, things like that.
Okay.
Thank you, Kevin. The next item is consider approval of commissioning agent for Roberts Middle School in the amount of $26,500. And the next one is consider approval of commissioning agent for Culver Elementary School in the amount of $27,200. The next item is consider approval of additional material testings for Lamar Consolidated High School Band Hall Edition in the amount of $6,500. Next item is consider approval of amendment number 4 to requote, excuse me, RF quote number 18, 2016 LN HVAC full coverage maintenance and service agreement in the amount of $12,400. The next item is consider approval of attendance boundary committee, and this is for Carter Elementary School.
And there are principals and teachers that are not on this list, right? There's more than just these are the parents, correct?
Yes.
That's correct.
But there'll be other personnel from the different schools or not?
No, this is the
just
committee.
parents. Okay.
And you have a timeline provided for you. And the next item is consider approval of the district operation audit report. And really, that's what you're actually doing is accepting
Yes.
the report. Next item is consider approval of security cameras in the amount of $25,000. Next item is consider approval of interactive panel and projector purchases in the amount of $25,000. And we have one new appraiser for considering approval of new appraisers for teaching staff for the 17-18 school year. Mr. President, those are all the action items.
All right, do we have any audience debates on any of the action items?
There are none.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Randall.
School Board Recognition Month is coming up in January. The report on board member training. This is the last year that the board president will be required to read all of the names and the number of hours that board members have. This is the last year that you have to do that. Uh, 2017-18 summer school. The School Health Advisory Council Annual Report. Leaf Awards Foundation, and as you can see, there was another banner year on the part of our Education Foundation in our district.
It's outstanding once again.
And men who cook is around the corner.
Around the corner. Well, Add a little spice this year. Tax collection report. Payment for construction projects. And then our monthly 2014 bond report. Projects funded by 2011 available funds.
How much do we have left out of 2000? We're about closing those out. Do we still have a couple $1 million? Last time I did a tally.
Probably about the same.
Okay. Thank you.
And transportation update. And those are all the information items, Mr. President.
And we have, as far as I know, unless something's come up, we have no closed session items.
We could have one.
We could have one. All right. That being said,
No, not for tonight.
no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no, yeah, not for tonight.
Yes, sir.
Well, Thursday night.
Thank you.
I had an expectation of Thursday night.
That's right. Yes, sir.
All right, that being said, are there any other questions or comments from the board? If not, we stand adjourned at 6:46.